In a sun-drenched town at the foot of a rugged mountain, there lived a young man named Rihan. He was known for his bright spirit and boundless ambition. From a young age, he dreamed of becoming a master carpenter, building furniture so fine that travelers would come from distant lands to admire it. After years of saving, studying, and practicing, Rihan finally opened his workshop. His first major commission was to craft a grand chair for the mayor's house. He poured his heart into every cut, every joint, every polish. When he unveiled it, the room fell silent, not from awe, but from disappointment. The chair was unstable. It wobbled awkwardly, a flaw he hadn't seen in his obsession with perfection. The mayor shook his head and left without a word. Whispers filled the village square. "Too ambitious," they said. "Not ready." Humiliated, Rihan closed his shop the very next day. His dreams collapsed around him like the broken chair he had tried so hard to perfect. He stopped building, stopped dreaming. Every nail, every plank, now reminded him of his failure. Weeks turned into months. Rihan spent his days wandering aimlessly through the fields beyond town, avoiding old friends and the silent judgment he imagined in every glance. One afternoon, as he crossed a dry riverbed, he stumbled upon an old man sitting quietly beneath a twisted banyan tree. The old man was carving something with slow, deliberate strokes. Curiosity pulled Rihan closer. The carving wasn't beautiful. It was rough, uneven, imperfect. Yet there was something alive in it, something real. The old man looked up and said, "Sit, if you carry heavy thoughts." Without knowing why, Rihan sat. Words poured out of him, the failure, the shame, the dream he had buried. The old man listened without interrupting, the way one listens to the wind or the turning of seasons. When Rihan finished, the old man smiled. "Let me tell you a story," he said, "one you need to hear. Long ago," the old man began, "there was a potter who crafted the finest vases in the kingdom. His reputation was unmatched. One day, the king requested a vase so perfect that it would have no flaw, no imperfection. The potter worked tirelessly, pouring all his skill into the task. On the final day, as he lifted the vase to admire it, it slipped from his hands and cracked along the base. His heart broke. All his work, his pride, shattered in an instant. In despair, he left the vase in the sun and walked away. Days later, villagers found the broken vase. But something strange had happened. Tiny wildflowers had sprouted through the cracks, their colors vibrant and unexpected. Word of this reached the king, who came to see it himself. When he beheld the vase, with life blooming from its wounds, he declared it the most beautiful creation he had ever seen, not because it was perfect, but because it was alive. The old man paused and looked at Rihan. "You see," he said, "what feels like a crack can be the beginning of something even greater. Failure doesn't break you unless you refuse to let beauty grow from it." Rihan sat silently, the image of the cracked vase burning in his mind. He realized he had been clinging to an illusion of perfection, believing that one mistake erased his worth. But maybe, just maybe, the mistake was part of the journey. "What should I do?" Rihan asked, his voice low. The old man chuckled softly. "Return to your workshop. Find that broken chair. Sit with it. Study it. Learn where the wood gave way, where your focus wavered. Build again, not to prove anything to anyone, but to honor the craft itself." Rihan hesitated. The fear of failing again gripped him. The laughter of the villagers echoed in his mind, but the image of the wildflowers pushing through cracked clay gave him strength. If life could find a way through brokenness, perhaps so could he. He thanked the old man, stood up, and turned toward the village for the first time in months. A small but steady flame rekindled inside him. Back in his dusty workshop, Rihan found the chair tucked in a dark corner, covered in cobwebs. He pulled it into the light. He ran his hands along the uneven joints, the weak legs. He could now see clearly what he had missed before. Instead of feeling shame, he felt a strange affection, like looking at an old scar and remembering not the pain, but the survival. He dismantled the chair carefully, salvaging what he could, learning from every error. Day after day, he rebuilt. Not rushing, not hiding his mistakes, but embracing them as part of the process. He read old books, practiced new techniques, asked advice from carpenters he once tried to outshine. When he finished, the new chair was different. It was not flawless, but it was strong, sturdy, and beautiful in a way that only something born from perseverance could be. Word of his work spread. Slowly, villagers returned, curious to see what Rihan had created. They marveled not at a boy chasing perfection, but at a craftsman who had embraced resilience. Months later, a new opportunity arrived. A wealthy merchant passing through town commissioned Rihan to furnish an entire inn he was building by the lakeside. This time, Rihan didn't chase perfection. He pursued excellence through patience, wisdom, and humility. When the inn opened, travelers from far and wide admired the furniture, not because it was flawless, but because it was filled with life, character, and the invisible marks of a man who had dared to fall and rise again. One evening, Rihan sat by the same banyan tree where he had once met the old man. He found a small carving left behind, a cracked vase with a tiny wooden flower blooming from it. Rihan smiled, understanding now more deeply than ever. Failure was never the end. It was the soil in which stronger dreams could take root. If Rihan's story touched your heart and reminded you that true strength is born from brokenness, subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories that will help you rise after every fall and build a life beyond your dreams.